unprepared. Running around a little unprepared. Come on. I'm gonna try to record from my yeah, excuse me, I'm ready a little bit. Venturing out on some other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, all that, because we'll get into it. YouTube. I guess I didn't upset somebody in YouTube land. And so I can't get no justice. I try to work with them, you know what I'm saying? I guess I'm one of them individuals that's showing that, you know, in the for those who know YouTube, use YouTube and stuff. I'm one of them folks that I just make videos. I just make regular videos like anybody else I thought would. I guess because I'm not going by their protocol and asking for their help or suggestions and you know, working with them, partnering, all that. I'm not doing it the way other people do it. I guess I get a little messed with, is what I see. And at first it didn't bother me at all. Looked at it as a challenge, especially when you're going some things that, you know, cool. But when you sitting up there and you wanna trying to help people, and you want to do it, you know, at at greater lengths, and you know, hoping that you reaching more people and stuff like that. Um, then it starts getting aggravating because the you know, you're trying to use the system, you know what I'm saying, and gravitate towards people and stuff like that. Hey, so first I want to say, hey, thank you for everybody that's showing up. So many looking, so many watching. We know why, who is this individual? Why is he so special? Whatever, for whatever reason. Right. I want to say first let's do this though. You know, I'd be remiss to not do this. Give me one more minute. 1 second. Light a little bit of sage. I got my small little shop down the street ran out of sage. I don't know. I guess everybody knows. It's a good thing. I'm about to go in there and be bags of sage everywhere. Now I go in there. All right, but hey, we know what's going on, cool. So, how y'all doing? Hey, we bring the ancestors in, man, for real. Want to get a little descriptive when we're talking about things now, because seeing that we're getting a lot of more people generating to understanding spirituality and above. But I'd like to say it's no different than what you've already been doing. A lot of you've already been doing in your lives, which is your religions, whether it be whichever one it be. All right, do you practice on this land? We know the four pinnacles of the religion, like Islam, Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, right? So we got so many more, but we just talked about the prominent and Muslim and Islam. So in that, what I understood, topic today, first, Ancestors, talking about ancestors. When we talk about ancestors, we're talking about those that have already passed, all right, already left the body, um, already ascended, already still around. You know, most of us don't realize that a lot of our ancestors stick around for our purpose, all right, um, or because at times they're caught here, don't want to leave. You know, you gotta. That's a reality. So it's energy, though. All right, it's just energy. Most of us are scared and things like that of it because we've been raised in a society where I was just listening on the radio the other day. I think radio station B106 this D, and then talk about Candyman and stuff. And this is what our society does to us. These are things we make jokes fun of or subliminally bring a hypocritical or hypocrisy view to things being, if it's, is it real or reality or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And what I need, what I would like the audience of this channel to understand and see is that these things, these things are so real, you know what I'm saying? These things are so real. Um, I think a lot of us are starting to see because we're starting to watch a lot of movies and shows that cater to these things and reflect these things and not looking at them aesthetically as science fiction or falsities anymore, all right? But as a reality that you're in a physical form and then you have a spiritual form, all right? We in the midst of understanding of calling it fourth division, third division, fourth division, fifth division, all this stuff. It's, you have to come to your understanding on that. But the understanding that the reason the digital had this last night, the reason why, and this is gonna go over a lot of people's head, but this is reality. The reason why the digital age was so not looked kindly upon on certain people in this elite paradigm, the Zuckerberg and stuff like that, the Jobs, Steve Jobs, stuff like that, were looked, I don't want to say down on, but fought against, right? Or found it rough in this world. You would think them people would have nobody would try to challenge the authority of why you doing this or why you doing that when this stuff moving, evolving technology. What we need to understand is that your spirit realm and the powers that be have learned how, just like they've learned and seen how to. One, there's a conscious understanding on this land that wants to play God. Okay, we understand it. Wants to find out how to sustain the human longer, stronger, stretch it, uh, get the most out of it. And so you have the consciousness. I watched that movie Replica, I think it was, where Bruce Willis, right? And people actually having clone bodies and stuff like that, and being able to put their consciousness in that body, and them sitting in a pod somewhere and controlling it. You know what I'm saying? The body go do. You got another Bruce Willis going off, boom, when you got you sitting there in your house just chilling. Go look at the movie. Man, so identify with that movie. If you don't think this shit going on, man, it's reality. And a lot more come to this. So if I'm looking at the aesthetics of that and that being able to be done, then I know for sure for a fact that this is where I lose most of you. So the strength of the spiritual realm is so strong that spiritual realm, that Casper the friendly ghost, right? The one that used to walk around you, whatever, do things in the cartoon, right? These spiritual realms so strong that it can actually use a spiritual realm can actually use the digital formats that we and figure a body, a digital format. It don't take much. It's just energy. You know what I'm saying? This came to me in a dream. Understanding, looking at watching that movie Lucy and watching War Games. If you look at War Games, I don't know what that boy's name. I don't think it was, but the original War Games, and then watching the Eagle Eye, Eagle Eye, the new one, because Eagle Eye is a spring off of War Games with the War Games with that them pumping so much into the computer where the computer actually started becoming human, right? And its thought and its thinking and its had envy, jealousy, and all that. So Eagle Eye, the same thing, all right? So why do we bring this up? It's just a form of communication, higher realm of evolving evolution within us, all right, that comes about because it's permeating with understanding. Because you have to balance. You have two balances, all right. One side wants the computer and the longevity of things, and then there's one side that wants that natural form and to continue the humanitarian, to continue the God plan, to continue doing it in a natural way, but a safe way with combining with the AI instrument, all that technology and stuff. But there's others that just ain't abiding by it. They're going to kill off humanity and live in that type of world, less humans. So why did I bring that up? Because there I just used some of the unique power that many be like, well, what is it about him? You know what I'm saying? To be able to discern, to be able to see um, and feel around you in your own, this is ours. We get so far away from what's ours and what's not based off of our society handcuffs. That's what I say. You come out that womb, you know what I'm saying? You're not free to the world. You know what I'm saying? You come out that room, you are a citizen to what? To this city, state, your birth certificate particular, right? And then you're not predicated to the world and absorbed to the world unless you're one of them that were group that was raised by your parents who gypsies, like connotation immigrants, who willfully moved around and migrated around for the family, justifiably for whatever the means for the family was. Where you gotta go to school, where you do this. Interesting movie, a show I watch. Me and mother, we watch on her DVR. We watch a lot of older shows where I was raised on, Parker's Family and stuff like that. You look at the Parker's Family, these family, back in them days, family just pick up, move around about 10, 12. You know, matter if the family was talented, Bobby had to go to school out here for this, it was normal for the family to pick up, let's go. It was normal, no matter the level, income, whatever. We migrate how we need to, you know what I'm saying? And that's aesthetically, that's how we're supposed to be as human beings. But we have society, and for whatever purposes, put us to be content where we're at and grow to love and value where you're at home. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. And it works, all right, because comes a point where if I can get you stable, then I can get you to buy more, and you'll be what I'm saying, revenue capital, right? So um to say these things, to be aware of these are some of the things that uh, allow being, I say, watching the right things and being influenced by different things, a variety of things on how the human being flows was one of the things that my mother and so many others that raise children and know what they're raising. I cannot sit here and lie and tell you that my mother, I don't think that my mother knew what she knew exactly what my family did, my aunts did. You know what I'm saying? When I'm able to look back and see they knew exactly what they had in the midst, just by the sheer protection. And what worried them most was the wildness and uh, uncontrollable uh, um, desires or whatever I was going through was that they couldn't, like harness and like, and then it came to a point where they just started being just guide rails for me, understanding that man, this young fool right here gonna do him. You know what I'm saying? So we just need to set up parameters where they, hurt himself, kill himself. And they did that. They did that very good. I have to really put that out there. So we move in, understand our ancestors. Your ancestors are always with you. Um, you can always tap into it. They look at you and value you. And Mommy Him and some of more. When I was under the tutelage of that um, understanding, like you were saying, we down here are the like enthusiasm and we're stars to them. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep on moving and advancing into realms that they only laid lines and laid pathways for you, hoping that me and you would follow. You know what I'm saying? So as we live in it, they adore and fall head over heels of you and me when we're in our element and doing it on the highest level in consciousness and in the physical form. Oh, basically, they love just as much as anybody else the physical form of doing because that's what you came down here for, as they came out. But you have to understand why they envy and they're jealous too, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So because you're doing things that their body didn't allow them to get to. You know what I'm saying? And it's you got to look at it like say if some of you dealing with an ancestors that's 50, they've been gone 50 years or whatever. So you're dealing with somebody who's looking at you like, man, y'all doing that now, man. Ooh, I like that. And someone just be sitting there watching you because they enjoy what you're doing. Because you gotta understand, your entertainment pluses them. Your entertainment pleasures them. So if they watching you watch something TV and it's pleasure make you feel good, making them feel good. The way they're around you. How I know this? We dive deep. Some of you, everybody ain't gonna be able to do this. I'm trying to tell people things, but you don't want to listen. You just want to hear certain tidbits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm highly in tune because one, these women who brought me in this world, my mom, my sister, my aunts, and all them, put a lot of covering on me, put a lot of learning in me. And in the learning, though I was out there doing some foul kind of stuff in a way, but not harmful really to other people, just, robbing, stealing. Never sold drugs to nobody, you know what I'm saying? Hurt nobody, kill them. I never did none of that. Never toted guns around and trying to, hit, think I'm a little assassin or something like that and all that. I was just around that stuff, you know what I'm saying? To see, to understand. I was made to see, to understand a world, every level of world that I would be dealing with later on in life. Just because I can tell you that side, there's another side of family that was rich, that had money. I can't tell you no lie. Me and my mom did. We was right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? If she needed it, I know it already. My uncle, he was a millionaire, city bus driver out there in San Jose, Monterey, California, stuff like that. So, and then my aunt Tommy and all them. So they did real help. They did well for themselves and all that. So knowing when I first realized, I just want to get to it. When I first realized that something was just like totally different, something was totally unique about you. Like I said in the video, I was in college, and it was my second one. The first out of body experience I had when I was 7, 8, 9, in between that. And we were down. My mom would drive all the way to San Francisco to the Dashiki Dasoko. Can't get my thought on community for Buddhism. All right, so it was in San Francisco, and this was true to me. We drive down there I think twice a week. So it was torturous to me as a young kid because this little woman. My mom barely 5 foot, and so she was driving this Cougar, and remember hearing we try to cross that Golden Gate or the Bay Bridge, whichever route she took. I was just a scared kid. It's like, oh, her drive, because it was like she a little woman, man. We built them being, you know, anybody know San Francisco, them hills ain't no joke, man. They ain't no joke to drive. She doing like one nothing. Um, so them were things that made me uniquely aware of her power. You know what I'm saying? Because we wouldn't get hit, we would just nothing would happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be sitting there like, how you doing all this, little woman? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Anyway, so up there, mountainous, we was topping the mountain and stuff, and a bunch of us kids that day, I just remember this so vividly. I dream about this. I talked about this at one time. We went down that hill, that mountain, and coming back up, and um, in my dream, all I can remember is somebody reaching and I'm grabbing, and I was safe and all right. So I don't know. Something happened at that point in time in my life that changed. It just opened a little kid up even wider. All right. Was taking martial arts there, um, not fully in tune on it because I was also playing football and sports. I was more gravitated to sports and football, and the martial arts was a calming down thing. That's what her technique for me. But I wasn't. My mind wasn't there. My body was there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause doing some things stuff. But um, had an out of body experience at that young age. One time went there, and um, I was just looking outside myself, looking at myself on this, trying to climb this mountain that I thought we was gonna die. Me and about 5, 6 kids went down there, and we was climbing back up, and my fear was looking back down. And you got hear some. There's an older kid with us. Can't remember his name. He said, "Don't look down, don't look down." And I did. And I don't know. That's when I just remember later somebody doing that. But it was an out of body experience for sure. It was like, wow. And then the next one, I was on the football field in Greenville College. This was my third year. I was a junior, and the aesthetics of me was, hey, get through this year, this junior year, play real hard, and try to probably go off to Mizzou, try out with all these big D1 schools or something like that. And man, it just wouldn't happen. And I was ready. I was good. Had a good, great, not good, great. Sophomore year, freshman year, man, freshman stuff, did great stuff, accolades, interceptions, led in interceptions and nation, stuff like that, and all that kind of good. Cool. Came junior, I was just out, ready. I was ready. I think second game had an out of body experience. I know I hit somebody hard. I know I did because I was just sitting right here. Just I was right cornerback, that cornerback to be on the island, so you take care of your stuff. I wasn't fast, right? So at 10 yards, I'm getting you. All right, you can get past 10 yards, and I'm on your shoestrings, and you probably gonna get me. But you know, um, but yeah, I had we was playing a team pretty tight. It was a good team, and I was just sitting right there, watching. And when that happened to you, when it happens to you, it's happened to you a lot when you sleep. I was listening to somebody speak on it. When you leave your body and you come back, that's how you know you leave your body, your soul, your spirit, and all that stuff leaves and goes somewhere to other destinations. But same thing when you um, feel like you can't move, you there in you though, but you can't move it because you're not lined up perfectly yet when you come back. Same kind of thing but this time at this point, it's you still can move, but it's like you're literally I felt controlled by myself, right? Didn't understand the how to control. The self didn't understand how to control, right? Basically. But the it was weird, you know what I'm saying? It last the whole game. And if you was to ask anybody my junior year that played ball with me, that team, they would be able to tell you, they were like, he didn't play the same, played robotic. I was always a person that I played every sport I pretty savvy in every sport, right? And then once I started learning at that college, um, one of my minors was what we call PE, but now we call kinesiology, right? Right back then, so we had to learn all the HBR of all sports, no matter what it was, badminton, what up, everything. So me going through that and already being coming from a background with my father and my sisters and my brother, and we all were athletic. So we all golf. Well, it was nothing to us to me. So I already was privy to a lot of sports. I probably needed to learn about 20%. You know what I'm saying? That little Batman thing with that little thing on the back, right? Hitting that. I ain't never when that ain't never played no crap like that. Shuffle. It's a sport. Shuffle. That's it. Basic other games like that. So learning that. But this is one reason, ladies, women, you raising your children. This is one reason you'll tell. NFL players know this. Football players, basketball players know too. Put your children in. Just watch one. Put your children in ballet and dancing and stuff like that. Having them in a variety of a lot of sports, even if their one sport is basketball, football, whatever, it helps superpower that sport, right? Because the techniques, the coordination, and all that they have to do in every other sport just better helps them in that sport. You look at a person like I'll bring him up, Tyrone Matthew, Badger. I like you. You can tell the type of people I watch because it's like not regular football, like football players that you could tell they using all kinds of martial arts, ninja. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor was one. I'm trying to be like, what's that man name? Gapping them now. New York. You know what I'm talking about. Tall. He working on our TV shows. You know, you can tell these people a lot. There's a lot of them. I tell you, real savvy on that football field because they venture in so many other realms with dancing, this and that. So to each his own. So that was one of them that was able to correlate that and use that on there because I wasn't fast at that position. Uh, Theoretically, I'm supposed to be safety, but um, so that was at one time. And then my next time, what I wanted to come to was when I was in Iraq. We did a 15-month tour. It was our first tour, and well, before even that, when I got to Germany, basically, to really talk in basically German, um, how me and my first wife we was in this first town, and I understood quickly that Germans they don't watch a lot of TV. They're not the electric uh, grid is not as high as our electric grid over here. And when I say that, is this a lot of y'all don't understand that the electric grid plays a part on dying down a lot of metaphysical um, awareness, power, right? These phones and all these computers and all this stuff, it dies it down. That's why um, Pharaoh, uh, Young Rashad, Bobby, all of them teach you keeping crystals and keeping things around you because this is natural. Aesthetic, this is natural. These phones and stuff is not natural. That's not you. That's your electricity. You're a magnet. So when we have these things around, think about that. That magnetize to us or it magnetize out to it. You know what I'm saying? Absorbing our energy. That's what they're trying to tell you. So when beautiful goddesses and gods and queens and kings tell you get out in nature, like they've been telling me, get out in nature because you're being absorbed by it. But what they don't understand is, too, is well, what I'd like to expand on is if you're not aware of it, that it is absorbing you, yeah, it's going to drain you. But knowing how to process and knowing that it is draining you, and with it, all right, all right. Um, One of the understandings and purpose of my understanding is because of what I do. So I ain't I'm not doing a whole lot for myself or around me to need my energy in that purpose. But I get other people saying, you live a healthier life, better life if because some of the things that does bring your levels down to is smoking, whatever you and bring it in your body. But that's also how you interpret that for you. Because what I've learned also is that, whether I smoke or whether I drink, it's to what point or what effect are you using it for? And How much consumption? All right. So, being around the German people, folks around there, these folks are very in tune, very hot in your foreigners, is what you see. This is the imbalance of what we go through in our world. These countries that are not as developed as us, that do not have cement. Cement is one of the permeable walls of your physical and metaphysical. So as long as you, that's why your houses and stuff like that, as long as you're around them and all that stuff, your electricity and all that stuff, you're a more died down individual spiritually. This is just facts, soulfully. Where that the individuals, your Africans, folks that live over there and they still got wood and huts and stuff like that. And we look at them. Think about this. We look at them like, man, they ain't got nothing, man. They a poor country and da da da. They just as rich as you, if even richer. You just not looking at it right. They look at you as the dummy. Man, you got that big old house, all that electricity, all that lights and stuff on, all that stuff just zapping your energy. You look rich to yourself, to fools in the same condition you in. You look rich. But outside looking in, they're looking at you like, they just don't know, do they? Facts. Start venturing out more. So when you look at somebody over there in the hut, you know, basic cooking, no, propane, whatever. They serve this to serve the purpose of their understanding of their inner soul, their inner body, because they rich inside. They more rich inside than you are. You more out of touch with yourself and in touch with everything on the outside of yourself. See what there? You know everything on the outside of yourself. What's coming on night? Oh, love and hip hop. Where we going to? Oh, Applebee's. Where you go beach at? Oh, whoa. Like I see, you know everything on the outside, everything. Watch this. With them, what we gonna eat? Whatever I go hunt, whatever we pick off the tree, whatever we bring out the ground, we're just gonna eat it. We're not gonna be worried about it. Applebee's and this and that. Come on now. What we gonna entertain? You see the water? Do we live next to the water over here? We're gonna go over here and go swim, entertain. Pick a tree off, go take a branch, whatever. You know, keep it simple. We're not gonna we're not gonna make our brain, our mind think that woo. So we be on a woo drama drive today. No, we're gonna keep it simple. Go get in the swimming pool, baby. The man-made swimming pool. Go climb that tree. Fall out the tree a couple of times. Keep it simple. We've grown subservient to the things around us, while others outside continue with their mojo. What does that create? That creates an imbalance because now what the internet has done is and stay with me. The internet has allowed even those folks who still live like that. Now they got phones around because now the Crusaders went out and had to establish their land. All these Jamaica and all these places, right, and pushed Christianity, Islam, all the religions that wanted to have a part in somebody's system, right? So they can have a part in it and be capitalized on it, right? Whatever. Okay. So now everybody got these phones, even indigenous women, they got phones. You know what I'm saying? You walking around in the bush with a phone and navigate. So they sort of kind of coming to towards what we doing, right? But consciously understanding now we can't. We use the phone because communicate. Great, man. Look, talk to them, talk. Still say soup. Foreigners still sending, their kids to America, get that education. Come on back now, build us up. Help us, a little bit better. Science, whatever. So, in communicating with those who do want to be Americanized or citizenized by American, whatever. So they stay in communication, right? But now Those foreigners, same foreigners you can learn from. The same stuff I'm talking. How to cook your food, how to cook salmon, how to use your herbs, how to do this, it is. And this is not what America wanted. No, America didn't want you to learn outside of itself, the industry. Not just America, but the industry, because the world is an industry right now. If you don't know, you under a certain type of industry, all right? There's a couple of kinds, you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that later. But the American industry is, you know what I'm saying, keep it moving the way we need it to move. We don't hear about no indigenous, natural. We won't leave that stuff behind. We won't hear about no metaphysical and all, we won't leave that stuff behind because that get people in touch with themselves. And if we, the industry, the capital industry, allow folks to start getting in touch with themselves, then now they're gonna see you supposed to be learning from yourself, teaching yourself. These are things that you was yourself. You yourself was a master teacher. School is not teaching. School is training you for something. And the training scale, the ABCDEFG scale, right? That is your training position. That dictates what position you can get. You get all them straight A's, you get almost every job in them up under the industry. Right? That's how the model's supposed to work. Oh, you're on your resume. You're A student in high school, valedictorian, college, you this, that. All right. There you want to be your IT boss. All right. Yeah. You got it. But then C student going there. Okay, yes. All right. You want to be your IT secretary. So don't play with yourself. That ain't mean saying the IT secretary can't make it up to boss. Yes, she can. But you didn't have the grades to at that point in time when you went in that resume, so you're going to qualify for certain eligibility of them jobs, right? So now you got to work harder at the job to get to the IT instead of you should have been working harder in school to get them A's and B's to put yourself in position for the opportunity of it, right? That's how it works. Come on now. So training. But the education, you see the education ain't teaching you how to go in there and make your own garden. Think about that. Why ain't got schools right now? Here the government, here the government pushing eat better food, deal with woo 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 woo. Why they in school? Or maybe it is now. Anybody got school now? They take everybody. The requirement is you're gonna take agriculture and you're gonna learn how to garden and all that. They doing it. I don't think so. So getting to understanding in Germany when I started looking at because I looked at the education system too, and when I was over there around venturing around in Luxembourg, it's all over, man. I got a chance in our last year to move around a little bit and see things that I was like, wow, just do things sweet and just do things totally different, man. It's like the education starts at home in some of these countries, man. A lot of these countries, not some, at home, heavily educated. Go to school, 4 5 hours, not even long like us. Go to school, get the little pencil, learn the basics, read, write, count. You know what I'm saying? But having herbs and learning this and that, man, come from home. Man. Or they would even send them to other scholars. You know what I'm saying? Privateers and stuff like that. So Germany was my first sense of it because they're foreigners. What I started seeing too was that can sense high level understanding Americans, folks that come out of America. I seen it real quick. People were gravitating, knowing to me in a like way. You know what I'm saying? And even when I be in certain groups, Waka Flocka brought this up, man. Real talk. Watch this. If you ever get a chance to go outside of America, man, please, especially if you black, I if you black, I watch this. Back in the day, they used to say Germany, black man's heaven. This is not me trying to get off, just correlating this with this. Black man, Germany is a black man's heaven. I mean, with German women and just women. Well, in Germany, it's not just German women; it's just women. Period. Germany is just almost like America when it comes to women. It's like a melting pot of women, just beautiful. You get the most beautiful women here, right? So, when I came when I came to Germany at that time, I was able to see it. They ain't lying. They wasn't lying. You didn't have to talk to nobody. You just walk and you just look. Let me tell you something. These kids were having the hair thing, changing their hair, and it just aggravated when it first started out. We're gonna wear our hair nappy. All right. So when I went over, it was like 95, 90, yeah, 95, 96, 97. That wasn't no fad. You had nappy hair, you had nappy hair. And so we had a couple people in the military just walk around like that. Didn't have a pot to pee in. But Cat Daddy Man had women, all these fools. Women are the poets looking raggedy black man had the most women. I can't make it up. I ain't lying. I can't make it up. Now, William Cornell too. They know. Outside of your America, they know exactly who you are. Black women too. How powerful, how strong you supposed to be. I awaken. So, was privy to be in a relationship on my last year with a German woman who was a stewardess, right? So she flew from Florida. She would go to Florida, come back, Frankfurt. Frankfurt. Sorry about that. Never been to Amsterdam. Tried to go, but Frankfurt. And so, just talking so much and stuff. And she's like, she that very inquisitive, very curious. They don't know. They don't know nothing about us, but they know enough. The things that they don't know about, the things that they be wanting to know, is the outer stuff. The inner stuff they able to tell us. Interesting. So, here I am consuming her, letting us consume all the outer stuff, aesthetics, and she's okay. And she's boom diving with me when this inner. Do you know this? And how do you feel about this? And showing me stuff, and I was like, wow, right, white, German. They made it up. Went to a party in a castle. It was in Dusseldorf. It was in Luxembourg. I want to say, yeah, Dusseldorf. It was awful. It's all like the French borderline, something like that, something. But she took me. It was in October at that. Man, that's crazy. I'm talking to this. All right, so we went and people in outfits and all that stuff, and seeing rituals. All right, didn't participate, just sitting back. Um, this was before the get down, the party. Party started at 12, and all around the castle, beautiful castle. And just it was weird because one, I was the only black person now, but I was safe. I felt safe because she had stewardess friends and some dudes that out of and where were they from? I can't remember, but they had came from. It was an hour away, and they were some soldiers, right? So it was cool as hell. It was like trying to take care of me on a high level because they love Americans. I want to tell you, man, when you get with people like they love Americans, they love us if you're in the right mode, acting and stuff. So I was taking care of it. I couldn't tell y'all. My whole compass was off of where I'm at and all that stuff, and I just felt good. I felt around good people. So, Cal, so we chilling and stuff, and I had been around soldiers that practice Wiccan and paganism and things like that. So, um, um, seeing some things, kill the goat. I seen the Arabs kill the goat. They did it the same way and stuff like that. So it didn't shock me, nothing like that. So um, but a different vibe than um, religious. You know what I'm saying? Like Christianity going to everybody saying, everybody was just like everybody knew, and you could tell nobody was taking like it didn't feel control. You see what I'm saying? It was a ritual that you seen that I seen that when I looked at it and I look back now, this was age old stuff that these folks had carried for the time since the past time. Okay. So that's what made me more aware and connect so much with when Bobby Hemmett and Freeman and were speaking on things like that. When I started evolving deeper into, okay, this is where we need to go with yourself. Um, and then that 12 o'clock hit, man, it was almost like Jekyll and Hyde with the people. You know what I'm saying? Good people, like I said. But like you seen that, and they had, they smiling, you know what I'm saying? But when that 12 o'clock hit and it was time to party, it was like this robe, all this, whatever we put out, had a little mask on, whatever, with all that. And then getting that castle. The castle was beautiful, nothing but candles, no electricity, no nothing. It was crazy. It was fun. I had, if not the funnest time, top three of my life right there. Cause I was like, I had no control of where I was at. What, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Usually in yourself, you have control, right? Like if you want to leave, but I wasn't worried about none of that because I was in good hands. I understood a lot of things. Um, so I will take you through all that because to show you that it's outside of this society we have here that is would show a lot of y'all, a lot of us. That's why I imply people like uh, Billy Carson, who goes over there in Egypt and divesting some of the things that a lot of us most need to, and then brings it back to us in what you will, and share with us so we can connect with it on a level because we can't go there and touch it. My next um, in the journey was when we was over there in Iraq. And we had that 15-month stint, and I have to be honest with you. If you, those of you who like to go back to people's history or have that able to interview, I was treated like a god. I can't sit up here and tell you nothing different. I was treated like a god, and it came to where that I was already in journey is when I started practicing Islam, um, 96, and stayed with it for 15 years, and dove deep in understanding, living, way of life. Um, the extraordinary thing to me and people around me was how I was able to learn the prayer. Uh, sliding about 2 weeks. All right. Bismillah Rahman Rahim, I was nice with it and didn't understand what I was saying too much. So I was in that pray phase of trying to learn exactly, what are my words, what do you speak? Because you can understand you need to learn that because this is the language. But it came so easy to me. What I was trying to say to you is in this one I started understanding the power because my mentor Aziz, once again I take you down my road. Aziz, Aziz, the same name that in Stargate, where the professor's in that tomb and he says, Aziz, light, Aziz, hold the light up. Because Aziz is the young boy falling asleep and he's holding the thing up to bring in the light. So Aziz, black as me, 10 times black as me. Yeah, I reckon over there. And everybody around was like, man, where you come from? Africa? And it's like, nah, you from here, folks. What you don't know is that this is your color that was here. And what he would try to explain. And white folks around him like mysterious, like he's not fine. It's like you just don't know history. Right? He's more from here than any of these ones that's branching off that are a lighter color. Some of them were placed here, all right, to take them out. So Aziz taught me a lot. And in the awareness of his teaching, started showing me or getting me to see the aspects of what we have in the world to the aspects of what you feel and what you think is in heaven. Now, I don't know if any of y'all talked to um, an, somebody from Iraq or Iran or a foreigner on what their aspects of heaven. A lot of people, focus on the virgins, the 72 virgins, all that bull, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Um, but if you actually talk to an actual imam and sit down and you start learning of the seven heavens and the pearls of what you operate here on this world, determines your positioning in your upper world, your upper level. The seven heavens and the 13 lineages of pyramid, which it stands on the level of the subservient up all the way to the elite. Yes, there is a ruling elite. There is a ruling elite on earth just as there is in heaven. And that's why many of us that understand that the Godship, the levels of Godship, there's levels. Right? You'll hear just like there's angels, there's a number of angels. So there's a hierarchy, matriarch, patriarch, and things like that. Right. So him being able to show me that and me able to correlate that with the Bible and the Quran and how the aspects of the Quran, spelled with K, Q, and K. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole thing in that. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of us need to be aware of. But just getting this knowledge and awareness, to know, understanding, I'm sitting here getting it for free. Then passed on to another Imam, Jafura. That was my buddy right there, Jafura. Aziz was my buddy too, but Aziz, I had this. Aziz was making money. Aziz was in the capital. Because I wasn't mad at him, man, because them soldiers love what he had to give. You know what I'm saying? He could get almost anything, which was scary. So that's why I pretty much had to stay away, get my teachers, and get out of his lane, because it's like, I knew you over there doing some corruption. But love my souls, they get killed, done, son, because the understanding of myself, most NCOs or leaders would be like, man, you probably, nah, look, I understood one big thing. These people gonna look at me and give me this energy, then guess what? I gotta use it to protect us, because I wasn't over there for no me thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a little chief and stuff, little E6. So before you get to me, you gotta get through these 8 soldiers. So to protect all of us, to ensure that you got a job and doing right, I know the aesthetics of it. You go outside that gate. If you unhappy, we got rockets coming in tonight. So, but if I just make sure that you happy leaving that gate, we're straight. We'll have electricity tonight while everybody on the outside don't. We want to do something. That's all I'm saying. And I can tell each and every one of y'all sitting on this thing. My fault, me being on there, around there, we got a rocket thrown out as one time, twice. And that was in the early stage. All right. Um, lost one soldier. In my unit, Penny. And that was on the way going home. That wasn't had nothing to do with no enemy. That was on the way going home. Man, that young man rest in power. That's real talk. They lost a 13, a 19, because we were some killers. I was with some killers. I was embedded with killers. All right. So I understood my spirit, you know what I'm saying, protected. I understood that. A lot of these folks, if you listen to or talk to them, that it was around there, watch this, and I share this with you. So there was night we go on patrols. We used to be down. Our original um, job in the military was shooting rounds. So I ain't supposed to be nowhere near the battlefield or nothing. I'm a 13 Delta, so I'm 13 Bravos. I sit on this computer, calculate the data. Not me, but my soldiers, whatever. That's my training, MOS 13 Delta. Calculate the data, the distance, direction, all this stuff, windage, all this stuff, get all that. Pretty savant. And we sent it to them guns, them big 8 inches. That's why I oh Lord, I laugh at our young men and men who over here holding their little weapons in their A lot of those military people do too. They little women, they think, I'm gonna do something. You ain't finna do nothing. Fool, I should have got the 8 inch at your house from 8,000 miles. That's doing something. But anyway, so at the same time, I'm sitting up there toting the M4, M9, racket full of assault 49 machine gun on top of the damn turret, da da da. So it's like when we look at y'all, it's like. But anyway, next thing. So realizing already the unique power of protection. Like I told you, I was a kid in California juvenile hall, man. I was in and out. That was like a swinging door. But that's all it was, swinging door. Another home. Because I was never touched. I was never harmed by police. I'm talking about California. I grew up in California town. They was taking you down to the dock. They taking you somewhere beating your ass. You was a bad little kid. Yeah, it's real talk. Mondo Gustavo would always get beat up, black eyes, everything. Man, what happened to you? Nothing. It's real. I remember Gustavo's mother. She was bilingual. She wasn't bilingual, and but we had a communication, just a motherly mob communication type. And she would always tell him, "I thought cool." Just be like, nobody, little boy, nobody. And I guess because I was like, to her, it's like, we didn't have money, but and I wasn't that kid coming out the house like my mom was strict with me, just like everybody else. Nah, you ain't wearing them new shoes and new that. I was going out the house with, the last year clothes, whatever. To me, I ain't look all up it up. But she ensured it, okay, even the older one who was in the gang, he was in Mexican Mafia for real. He was 18, so forth. So take care of him. Yeah, shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Come over to the house. I was already, sit at the dinner table, sit at the table. Because that's all that was in the house. Damn, we ain't at the table and stuff for them. But they be eating, they would come, John, show them. I don't want to treat me like that. So just protect it, man. Cops messing with me. Hey, I had a probation officer, man. I swear to God, I think that, man, they thought he was my dad. I started not liking it as I started getting grown because, like, man, you all damn my damn business. What you got? When I started getting understanding of food, start telling me, man, you ain't the only fool getting in trouble. That man got all kinds of people that he got to go chasing stuff. My people's get on me and stuff. You need to be good. He good. He love you. Bring you this. And I was like, wow. That's real talk. So, when I always stay humble with it, because that's just Sean. Just always gonna be a giver. As much as I give, as much as I receive, I give back even more. So that's what kept it always balanced. That me not to use this and see if you can get over on people. I just never wasn't built like that. But when I really, really understood is, like I said, we ain't had no rockets throwing us. We had nobody mess with that file. We had 750 soldiers on that file. Real talk. Second calf, ACRC, out of Louisiana, Fort Brooke. Watch this. So then first calf come in, and I'm not trying to, throw stones, first calf, because I'm living here in Fort Hood, right? But this is what happened. Transition. They're supposed to take us out. Rule was, this is in the Army times. You can go back in 2004, 2005, I want to say 2004, 2005, 2006. So we was light unit. So we just had Humvees, all that. So we weren't tearing the streets up with tanks and all that stuff, blah, blah. People real respectful for us, boom, getting without good. And I'd give that to my commander who was on that, Lieutenant Colonel Murphy. Little dude. Ball dude, man. He had balls. I'm sorry if I say it like that, but I'm just being real. All right. He was like, we're going to bring the attack to people. And that's what saved us. We brought the attack to people. We weren't going to let nobody attack us. He was that type of person. But he was also a tough person. He was a vibe person. He knew how to keep our energy high. You know what I'm saying? So we had tournaments. We in the green zone. I'm trying to tell you, we was in the green zone, in the heart of the green zone. And in the midst of that, we tournaments, do your patrol, whatever. We kept our vibes up because we weren't getting messed with. I was saying soldiers, it just got so nice and relaxed with us, and we knew we was straight that we sending soldiers off the camp to go play soccer against the community and stuff with the community and leagues, real talk. And none of my soldiers got messed with. None. Coons, Amarillo, all them go out there. They love soccer. Coach, Chief, want to go out there? Nah, hell no. Nah, I ain't got no desire to push the envelope. I was never one of them people. So, but they never got messed with. Never got in. So, first cab came in. I remember the night field. I was SOG, Sergeant of the Guard. All right. So we had a perimeter. We had about, perimeter was big. It was Saddam's veterinarian where he so-called experimented on biological weapons, all that kind of stuff, all that stuff, right? So we had the whole compound. It was pretty nice, for us, right? For the average person, like, God, it's blown up and all that stuff. We made it home. Are we a soldier? All you need is a wall and put a wall over, and we could pick window. We straight, all right. So, SOG had 1, 2, 3, 6 on this side, 6 towers on this side, 6 towers on this side, 4 towers in the front, 4 towers in the back, right? Big, nice little compound. So we get in your little golf course vehicle, your Humvee, and you perimeter around, and you got your SOG station right at the front gate, right? So first cab is sitting on us. They coming in, they in their vehicles. They got heavy equipment vehicles, tanks, this, that. Anybody know first cab, they lead the way. Cool. So they riled up though. All right, we ready to go. And I've been told don't mess with the mosque or any religious places that you see armed people out there because they're allowed to have them weapons to protect their mosque and all that. First cab, I'm trying to hit. So they got these scouts out there, boom, boom. So they hit one of them, right? Probably the mosque that we knew, and took care of it. We knew what was going on. They was trying to. What we was doing at the time is pay the insurgents, let the mosque transform the insurgents, boom, because we was paying them right to work, be security up your army and stuff like that. So we boom, boom, and we knew the mosque was using the money to recruit insurgents. That's what we want. First cab coming in and tore all that. See the guy outside the mosque, one of the tank guys, they pointed the weapon at, boom, bomb, shot. Worst thing they could ever do. All right, so you go back and look at their history. So that night was like nightmares for a lot of us in my youth. Because it extended us 3 more months. We were supposed to leave that month. But what happened was that escalated a war that night. That's escalated to go backwards. That's why General Petraeus and all these others had to come in and reinvent things and stuff because of this failure. So all hell broke out, boom, and in the midst of it, bodies started coming back. We started going out. My commander was like, okay, we're going to get back involved because they got command. We just was there for the last iteration of guarding the compound. We transitioned in. We was getting our vehicles prepped. We was rolling that morning. These fools started the little war and stuff. So now commander was like, okay, boom, took the 19 something, boom, 19 Fox, whatever, killed it though. They jumped in them things, they went out and they started doing their thing, right? And that's when bodies started coming back. First cab. And I've been around dead bodies. I've been around when I was on seeing it and all that stuff. Ain't no shock like that. So adrenaline was high. I was more worried about the compound. My soldiers didn't want to I don't know. We had a good thing going. We didn't have to shoot nobody, kill nobody, at least my unit. You talking about them, they had blood on their hands. I'm not gonna sit a lot. They don't tell us come back and show you pictures, they kill this and I'll be like, man. So And then our soldiers, we can kill. All right, we just ain't built for ground. We're not 13. We wasn't them guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. You don't shoot me, fool. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't them guys type. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do it. So anyway, they started bringing bodies back, man, and we had to carry them. We had to help them. So it doesn't matter for you. You ain't, you've been straight. You seen things around you, but yeah, I ain't been like boom. And then all of a sudden just pop off one night and you carrying dead bodies, bro. I mean, I remember Lieutenant Kim, I'm carrying dead. Dead on that. See the name tag. I ain't trying to. Carry 3 dead bodies that night, man. 2 by myself, one holding with 4 other soldiers, because this dude was big. He had all this gear on and stuff. So went through that in the 3 months that we stayed in Akut. We went down there, moved down there, um, like a resort, like Italy. Felt like Italy because had a little water going through it and stuff. And we was all depressed. We was depressed. We was sleeping all through the days and stuff. And all that. Commander didn't even say nothing because he was depressed first. Just crazy. We was getting up, wash your hands, go back to sleep, shit type thing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it was on the Air Force base. That's why. In bunkers. So that's why most of us probably is 67 years now. We talking about we got cancer, gangrene, all this stuff. We was living in bunkers. I ain't moving them damn bunkers, bats and all that kind of stuff. I stayed in my car, in my vehicle. It was an FTC vehicle, so we had shelters like that. But there I was able to reflect because we had a lot of downtime. That the power is just what it is. It's just what it is. Um, did I think it was just me alone? No, never that. It can't be you alone. It's never gonna be you alone. You're just a spark of the power, and then you're able to the folks around you. God has a beautiful way of energizing everything around that particular power source. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, I'm more than factual sure that there was other chosen within that whole realm, and then because of us collectively being there, then that was going to be protected anyway. See how that works? Don't know how many or how many not. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me trying to dial myself down. Please believe that, but it's just me feeling and understanding. One of the reasons why I can understand and he can understand as he watched, probably if he's still there, is Coons. I believe Coons is a chosen. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've seen some things, looked at some things. Just be able to be honest, might be different, but he can use his powers in other ways too. All right? This person is white. All right? White chocolate. This is my white chocolate soldier. Always was me and him always had kind of like a unique relationship. Like you didn't have to talk much. You just kind of understood. He understood where I was at. He understood where I was coming from. And we was reading each other. That's what it was. We could read. Exactly what it was. So the next moment was, you're there, and my next tour with another unit over there, and went deeper. I believe this is in Kandahar, but I think it was Afghanistan. It was Black Shore. Was it Black Shore? Yeah, Afghanistan. So they had some sites, some rich religious sites, even in Iraq too. Um, One of the feeling that I didn't have a feel for was they had when we had time and it was safe or whatever, they felt it was safe. And it wasn't because I felt like I didn't want to take that risk or, whatever. I just didn't, my energy, my inner was like, for what? And this is what it came to. It's like, hey, we're gonna go over here to Abraham's last dig, archaeologists dig where they say he ventured, or we're gonna go over here to this. Shell, you going? You wanna go? And I was like, no, I'm good. And when I was able to think back, it was like, because why? Why didn't you go? Like these are historic sites, and you being a historian person, you love your history, you love to learn about it, you love to. Because you already been there so many times. Why would you need to go back and look at something that you's already there? Feel me? That's real. That's real. I tell these kids today, I was talking how you test them in some ways. I was walking in the summer, see someone coming from the gym playing basketball, and they'd be like, I love engaging them to see where their mindset at and if they learning and what they're doing for themselves, quality of parenting, stuff like that. What kind of child we're gonna see in the future. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk to them, like, wow, we talking about that kind of music you like, what you interested in, what you see yourself doing in 5 to 10 years, and then say, hey, all of them come with the same thing, but and during the pandemic, you can see the difference. I seen the change. It was like, yeah, I want to learn about telescopes, how to make telescopes, because I think that outer this and that, or I want to invent this and that. And I was like, okay, we got different quality of generation being raised here by some quality, folks out there, like-minded. And I said, well, what is it about our space that you want to know? I ain't really inquire. I just want other people to be able to see things like that. It's like, why are you not interested to go out there? We ain't got to deal too much here. This stuff we got to fix here. I was like, wow, they here. They here. No shot. Respect to all out there, all races. But black race, you ever wonder why so many black kids and black folks themselves ain't worried about it? We get in this spaceship and go somewhere too. We're so dedicated to here, like we ain't got a corner that we leave or go. Because wherever I go, problems still got to deal with you, fool. If me and you go to the moon, the star, the equator, whatever, the drama still come with us. We still, me and you. No matter where we go, think about it. Just think about that for a minute. Everybody, we need more resources, water, this. Okay. Yo, wish my command. Boom, now you got it. What you gonna do? The same shit you doing with this. The same hate, jealousy. The same can't get along. The same blue, red, we can't fix things to fix nothing. Same shit. But the reason why them kids, they understand these young kids. Well, why am I gonna do something I've already done? I've already been. That's what I understood. Those that have not been, ain't lived, ain't reincarnated, can't reincarnate. Yeah, you so amped to get the hell up out of here, go somewhere else. Feeling you curious cat. Not really. Not everybody can go. Not everybody's supposed to go. Near that. But that's when another time when I understood, start seeing the power. So then get back from these tours, and that's when after the tours give you a bad taste in the mouth because you did 15 months and you was told you have to do 12, stuff like that. But when you get back, while every time on tour and my manifestation, and I always clear. She taught me well about the manifestation. Learn early. All right. I learned when I was in it practicing Buddhism. All right. It's a manifestation. Same thing. You're sitting there in front of that Gahan zone and you are reflecting, meditating, cleansing your energy. And at the same time, you're venturing in your mind on your holding Gekyo and with the dialect that they give you in the book. Because you said dialect going on. But in that dialect, the Japanese understand that you're manifesting the reality that you want in your life. All right, so the same thing. I say bring this in. I came to this day because this is what is able to been able to allow me to have the thought process of and knowing that your vehicles that we use to talk to the Almighty, they work. They work. But the disconnect of them not working is your intuition aligned up with your heart, with your understanding of your mental, with the understanding of your higher, with understanding how to what frequency to be on, to amp your vibration, to send out your Wi-Fi, mhm, your own Wi-Fi. It's interesting. You look at your Wi-Fi and you say, "How many bars I got?" I don't know how many bars you got on you, because you have a Wi-Fi. You have a signal that you bring, right? And how can you bring that out so it didn't attract what you need to attract? Right? So it brings me to the most unique thing of how everybody, finds differently things to attract with. Your heart, not so much pure, but your heart will be innocent of wanting to be pure. You see what I'm saying? Innocent of not having the malicious thoughts of manipulation, lies, and that's what's on your sleeve, your emotions. Because just how you hear people say, "I wear my emotions on my sleeve," and they're good people, and you're like, "Oh, that's some good people." So there's people that's evil as hell, and they wear they evil on their sleeve. You ain't finna be in touch with that. You ain't finna manifest nothing. Mm. Some temporary stuff, and you think you manifesting it to a higher in the source. No, you're manifesting that to the evil entity down here that wants that. The devil runs the world. Yes, yeah, he runs most of it. But Almighty, the overseer. Well, the devil, the overseer. Almighty is the one in charge. So, sometimes, see how that works? And then most people are like, well, if that's so, why don't Almighty, when he or she see the devil down here doing all that, the devil is Almighty's son. And the number one rule in Almighty's whole creation. You don't care what created. If you didn't make it, you don't kill what I created. You cannot kill what's created. A lot of you heard the analogy. JR, Pharaoh, a lot of these folks tell you, you guys, there was a plant down there. You can make it create whatever you want to. You start killing it, though, that's the problem. With killing without any understanding. Can't just be killing. That God created that. You see what I'm saying? So you can listen to Roy Hayes, articulates this very well. There's so many. All right. But it's understandable it's going to be out of touch with so many people. We understand that because so many people live outside themselves and don't think that of the inner being, the soul, and not the power that within themselves. All right. Some people don't believe in the metaphysical. They don't even understand it. This is so understandable today because I've told people we've been dumbed down. This society, we've done ourselves down. Can't blame the society, you gotta blame yourself. You went along with Minecraft, this, that, looking at stuff that makes you think outside yourself. So now you're an outer being, all right, who can only operate when this stuff is around. It's the only time we can operate. I can tell you something totally interesting, man. Something totally like it's gonna be a wake up for a lot of people because we are gonna have a blackout at one point in time. Can't tell you when. I ain't gonna start pushing those. I'm not doing that. I just don't feel that in my energy right now. But it's got to happen, all right? Because it's just a part of nature. The thing is, what are you gonna be able to do? And one of the things that I'm so thankful for my Almighty to allow me to go through is going through that military and learn how to be savvy and take care of yourself and survive. You know what I'm saying? So if these phones go off, Sean, can you know how to read a map? Yeah, I know how to read a map. Well, what if you don't even have a map? Do you know your direction, cardinal directions, northwest, east, west, and all that stuff? And can you use the sun to, and the moon, and the things that you, me, you, back in the day when it was dark, when you was migrating? This is what comes back to herbs and things like that and growing stuff. Do you know what to eat, what not to eat? If you come to the food running out and you don't want to be one of the ones cannibalizing around here, even though you got folks already practicing it, doing it. And if you fools, another thing, I hear you, but I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm gonna be totally honest with a lot of you black folks who going on with the BS in the industry. You sitting up here screaming about Jeffrey Dahmer, and they should do it. That movie and everything, if it's on Netflix, whatever, need to stay. Because you thinking you looking at just one person doing cannibalism and all that stuff, and whatever, what's something, this shit been going on. No, fool is trying to show you what 1 out of 5 probably in this country doing under your roof next door to your crazy, just waiting for you to slip to barbecue your black ass. Why wouldn't you think people got a taste for people? You like tasting chicken? Hell, you eat pig. It's the nastiest thing on the world. So if the pig, the nastiest thing on the world, why make you think you ain't gonna be tasty to something? Y'all better stop playing with me, man. Real talk. I don't eat Slim Jim, beef jerky, and all that stuff just because Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And them fools sold another movie talking about them fools cutting people body parts up and stuff and putting them in food. Some of y'all don't believe that. Teachers on. Anyway, uh, so yeah, just knowing. So we here. Um, if I'm to be who I am, if I'm to step the way I'm supposed to, if I'm to come to with the message and come with the word, and people have eyes on me, and I'm one of them people, then the proper thing for me to do isn't all my life that I've always done is be real to myself, be transparent to myself. Never view myself like my great mother, who I take care of. And thank you, Lord. Taught me so well to be at this point in time, not to use if it is power in a subservient way, in a malicious way, manipulative way. So many women on my social media and stuff, and I just look and I shake my head like, boy, 10, 20 years ago, now you see, now you see why Almighty did this to you. Now you see why you had to go through that process, because you wouldn't have made it back then with this power. You was out of control. Knew I had some type of power, but the magnitude of the power, that it was that magnetic, no. But it was oddly, uniquely understandable, because like I told one of my videos, like I've always been spoiled in my own kind of way, because I've always been able to get my way, get what I want. That's crazy. Anything, think of it, talk about it, I got it. But then in this relationship, when I got it, and I've got this stuff around me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it, demons, evil, whatever. And I stopped getting what I want. It's like, go to a car. I'm trying to tell you, this relationship was the only one. And I understand now, because so many people were trying to stop me, knew that I had this power. It's like, hey, you gotta stop this. We gotta stop it before he gets into the greater power, and he shows himself and he shows others. Yeah, I'm that nigga. um, but I could go on car lots, like nothing. Credit score good, great, nothing. It was nothing. And the stuff that I was doing, nothing. It's easy to me, simple. This is what you're supposed to do, right? But that's when I started realizing my power. But I got knocked down on my knees, understood, showed me the dynamics of you wasn't using yourself to benefit society almost. So that's what Almighty allowed you to happen to. Or you allowed to happen to yourself. Because Almighty, you know what I'm saying? Finicky on whether you come or not. You know what I'm saying? It's on you. So when I started to wake up and see, okay, I'm being died down, dumbed down like things around me. So yeah, you got to get on your boat. Show me my power again, once again, because I'm here in front of you. Understanding that in for 4 years in the back of my neck, man, they were sticking me in my neck. I don't know who, but something, right? And I always had a bump back then. In my own in this house. Um, the confusion, the cloudiness, the manipulation, the throwing me off balance, started feeling it. Right? So I understood the uniqueness, being poisoned. I was being poisoned. When folks talk to me now, put this in, yeah, I know. And then surviving, being almost killed, right, with the hernia, right, and then going out to this hospital. At one time, I said this and I said it again. Almighty put this unique energy on me that it's a reverse because just as those people liking you or showing you they like you in your face, I put that they smile on your face, but they stab you in your back, on your back because people you think they love you, they just want your energy. So to get your energy to do anything, make you laugh, make you think they love you, make they give you courageous statements and things like that, just to make you because they know what you have and what you have. So if they able to generate that off you, then it helps them in their life. So totally understood that, get that. But I gauge people by their actions, the consistency, because we're not all perfect in understanding that. And understanding that I could use my power and use this energy in a subservient way, in a malicious way, like so many do. Who you think your pimps, your players, and your capitalists hold this greedy money? They once were this. They once were this. In a right form, righteous form. And they had the choice of using it for the board, to be a TD Jakes, to be all these people that use their power. You're powerful because you see them on the outside and they're doing good range, but they putting that work in, man, their word in and spreading. They never stop loving on the people. You know what I'm saying? There's so many out there that do this. But you can tell the ones who have the power and they choose to do it like this and this. Epstein, Maxwell, they had the power. But they choose to gravitate the power in a different way and use it in a subservient way to gratify people that for temporary. You see what I'm saying? Somebody like Obama. Obama has power. He knows. And I noticed so many of y'all like, hey, just shoot these words out, like, these names out. Is it like he know these people? No, say you do. When you connected in with the power, you do. You don't view people as something above you, below you, side of you, whatever. You view them as the power. You're tapped into the power. I'm tapped into the same power. So yes, I can just say that name and know that if I was in the presence of an Obama, who would? I'm sorry, no disrespect to the honorable one, but no, he's shit pissed just like me. Because when he come to the house, you got to use the bathroom. What he gonna say? Sean, wait, right there, sir. I ain't finna go in there and write that mug down and make sure that mug extra clean, because that's President. What the fuck I'm gonna do that for when he wouldn't do that if I go to the White House? Make sure that motherfucker extra clean. That's Sean Shelby. I'm just somebody too walking this motherfucker. So I'm talking about. And nobody extra special. What's special about us is you got that power. Why do you got that power? Oh, you're doing something right in your life. God gifted you with these powers, and it's being shown and being highlighted, your aura shining and all that, because you're doing something right in your life. What's the right? Man, I ain't sitting up here trying to lay with people. Kids. Can't do it. I ain't trying to sell nobody kids, dope, this, that, smoke. This system has challenged me in this last year to see who the hell I am. Oh, you a dope dealer, you this, because people tear sprung out X's and all that stuff because they know I got that power. They started seeing I become aware, yeah, and then sling stuff on me. He a dope dealer. He did. He smoked with kids. He a womanizer. He did, which I once was. I was a womanizer. I was. I was good at it. All right. But not that womanizer, I was gentleman womanizer. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, every woman out there, man, when I was doing me, shit, I had about four, take it easy, I had what my money could take me, what my money could do for me, what my energy could do for me. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I need some cigarettes, Sean. I ain't get paid, but all right, bring them over there. I got you. You want to stay? Yeah. Hey, Sean, what you doing for dinner tonight? I cooked over here. I come through with you. No, shit, you bring a bottle, so yeah. Okay, I was that guy, but sit up there and pimp women out, and man, how much for that? And what I gotta and play them games. I'm playing the games with people, then playing games with myself. All right. Um, so that's where we come to. The change we hear. What do we do now? The curiosity. I hope I killed it for you. The understanding that what is being brought to me and to my understanding, my downloads is be honest. Be honest about the condition that we're in right now. Be honest that if the woman, the woo man, the one who brings in life, you're the God of the earth. You're the God of the earth. Without you, we do nothing. These fools can sit up there and try to wipe off the woman to be gay, stick to that side, and the man to be gay, stick to the feminine side, and knock all us men off that, want to continue to love on a woman and reproduce with a woman. You knock us off, but you ain't gonna last long. But a lot of y'all need to understand that's what they want. Because some of them think if we can do that, we can find a way to live longer. Trying to show you. They don't give a damn about a man running around talking natural this, that, and that. They don't give a damn. As long as a woman ain't running around talking about natural this, natural that, respect yourself. That's what they don't want. That's when they know, oh hell. See this man right here, Sean Shem, we can dust him off. We can dust him off. We can keep poisoning him. Eventually he'll die. We'll keep sending them demons, them demons around, and one of them get brazen enough to kill him. You know the mechanism. Every mechanism they use to infiltrate. Back in the day, Malcolm, the Coalition, Rainbow Coalition, Black Panthers, Huey, but Stokely, Calm, all them organizations they went in and infuted these men to be crazy and a problem. When all they were speaking about is, hey, we human here. There's still humans exist. So I asked people today, are you human? Or are you just that robot that they can push that button and as soon as that JC Penney commercial come on, boom, you out. As soon as McDonald's or one new thing, you out. You gotta go try the new thing. I gotta go get the new girl. You see that? Oh, girl, I gotta go get my hair done, my nails, that. But your kids ain't learning nothing, know nothing, be nothing. And I know I understand women, it's hard. But I want you to listen to something. Listen when I say this. If men could have the kids and it went through us, what would you be saying right now to the condition that we in right now, where the babies are out in the street, and the mamas? Let's change around. The daddies that had the mom, the kids, the daddy that had the kids, they ain't doing nothing. Daddy more worried about football. Bump that kid. He ain't at age yet where I can teach him sports. He can go play. She can go do it. Woo, woo. Daddy and mom, dad today don't even cook for their kid. Some people could spend the night should spend the night in McDonald's, Waffle House, and everything parking lot. Because you don't even try to do nothing for a child. Cook healthy food, vegetables, minerals, this stuff. We be wondering why our kids short, stubby, this, that. Because you messing with their diet. We messing with their diet. But that happens because the parents, man. Look at parents. We're only a product of your parent. A child is only going to be the best product of what the parent is. And sometimes we slip through the road. You'll get you a parent, that gets assistance from outside, or the child itself is so damn bright that the child ain't gonna fail, no matter what you put it in. But you would want the vehicle that the child come through, the parents, to try their best to. Okay, you didn't do good for your life. I get it, mom, dad, I get it. Dad, you used to be a drug dealer, now you're a janitor. Mama used to strip, used to woo woo, now you this. Woo. I get it, boom, boom. But you would think that, come on now, where it came back with, I didn't do great in my life. Like a Meek Mills meeting, like you told Mo. Right, Meek, when you told Mo. Man, I know I messed my wife up. But man, the little bit I got left right here, come here, boy. Let me get you on these bikes, show you how to build these bikes. By you sitting over here building this bike, scratch up, you learning some discipline, you learning some stability, you learning some you ain't got to be all out in the world, you know what I'm saying, with this. Yeah, you getting that bike because you want to go perform and be in the world like everybody else. But why in that movie, while he was doing all that, he learned all kinds of things. This is what I'm asking. I told you, I know we all pieces of shit. Those of us parents, especially if you're 50 and you ain't been doing nothing, I got you. You didn't raise your kids, you straight. Yeah, but we're a village. God didn't put you down there just to raise your kids. Some of y'all think like that though. I'm just staying in my lane. I'm like, oh, your ass ain't chosen. That's why you ain't operating in a vibration of high. And you say, well, why not me? Because you can't. You only think about you. Why would I give you gift and you only think about you? Your lane. Oh, Sean, you can't worry about everybody else. Yeah, nah, you can't. You can't. I hear all this, man. Well, that's why you ain't gifted. That's why you don't have what other people have, because you're not willing to just accept what the Almighty giving you. Hey, and somebody passed by, man. I need help. I need this. I need that. Look like I need help. Whatever. And you that person, you looking with these, and you understanding what you know. Hey, man, I'm in a position to help. No, I ain't got a lot. I ain't rich. Far from it. But I'm all right. Got food in the refrigerator. Got gas in the car. I can help somebody. You're not thinking like that. And then those of us do think it's like a chore. Let me make sure I help somebody today, so I can get my blessings. Man, about that, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's always a motive. Can't be a motive in this. You either love your mankind, your brother and sister, or you don't. That's just the bottom line. And you can tell if you do or not. We all can tell, because when you come to, man, I don't want to deal with that one. Man, here come that one. Oh, man. You don't know, yo. And a lot of y'all don't tell the truth, man. Y'all got people come in your lives and you see them on a day and you're like, oh man, I thought I was gonna have at least an hour. You don't want to be around people and all that stuff. And that's weird. And that's you're not really a human lover. You don't know your people. And that's okay. Like, like Cat Daddy over there, young dog, love the way he speak, man. The guy, KG, man, for real. To be on stage and tell people, man, shit, family this, whatever, and he right. He totally right. All of us have a legit understanding of at this point running around why we don't like certain family members or certain people around us because just shit. Some of us just act like shit. Will stab your mama, daddy, anybody in the back for some money. For a better position. Because they worked hard, blah, 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 whatever. Or they got this, whatever. The Joneses. Want to be with the Joneses. And we'll sell out there, kill our kids for insurance money. Kill a man you know for a long time, poison him for some insurance money. This crazy behavior. And then somebody sit there and say, the world ain't insane, Grant. I ain't crazy. How you figure? How we figure? Dismembering somebody's body because they don't want to be married to you no more? Or the relationship broke up? So I'm just going to chop your body up? Throw it away. I watched that video of Cat Daddy, man. This the first time I ever done this, man. Sis. Wow. Bro, that man in Cleveland, man. To see you on video, man. Grab that woman like a rag, bro. Throw her. And then just go in like you was beating a dude on the street that defiled your mom. We not insane. His behavior going to a level that I ain't never demonstrate a man physically going at a woman like that. Demonstrated to me in my inner soul. There's so many of you out there getting your ass whooped. Yeah. That blunt. And you won't walk away. You scared because you feel like you ain't got no other place. Let me tell you something. All I got invested in me to tell somebody who's being abused, to tell somebody who I have come from that. I'm a strong man. So my abuse encounter, I can handle. I can talk about it. Not ashamed about it. And can tell my abuser, I wish you would try to put your hands on me ever again. I wish you would ever even think about dreaming about pushing your hands on me. Because ain't no victim here. I do that for all those women out there getting abused and terrorized. Some of you in your own home that you pay for, under your own roof, that you strive every day to make a home. But you got a foul, disgusting, respect that, don't honor that, and could care less about you. You'd rather leave with nothing and start all over, mama. Start all over, youngin'. Start all over, old school. Than to be in that casket. Save yourself. That's what I'm about. That's what my channel about. Save yourself. Cause baby, ain't nobody out here to save you. Ain't nobody out here want to save nobody. The examples on the wall for you, for all of us. Who saved that young lady last week? She told the cops. She told reports, put reports out. She told family. Family knew. She yelled till she can't yell no more. She wrote letters. I know this man gonna kill me. We know this stuff happening because the women that come at me and demand it, oh, you're a good man. How you do a good man like that? Man, that's a good man. Whoa. You don't know me. You don't know me. Yeah, I'm good. But I had my battles, you know what I'm saying? I was in that position in my first marriage, being married young, 22, Bo about 20. And I can look back and say, two educated people, good, come from good family, values and stuff like that. But we be battling. My dad never taught me. He taught us that you gonna get a little rough with these women, man. So, because y'all be marrying these strong-headed women, so they don't come at you. One of them old school remedies. Don't beat up on your wife. Don't hit them in the face and all that stuff. Just choke them. Was taught how to choke. Put a towel around that mom so you don't leave no fingerprint marks, newspaper, whatever. Get some. Just choke them. Take their damn breath away. They'll stop. When I look at it, it's baffling because it's like you're more intelligent individual than that. You know what I'm saying? She always taught me that, you evolve greater than your parents. You take the blueprint and you continue to elevate it, master it, add to it. So yeah, it angers me at times with my behavior. That's why I'm able to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And stay consistent with it, not waver. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the things that I did to, if not just hurt somebody, but to bring a lasting impression of myself. You know what I'm saying? Though I talked to that person, you know what I'm saying? We've connected. We in our after that marriage because I'm just not that person to burn bridges, and that person isn't either. But we're two good-hearted people. I bring that up because We got problems. We're gonna go, young people, young men, we're gonna go through our issues. Young ladies too, seeing more rampant in our young women, because our young women are, just as we change roles, or society's getting us to change roles, but you know, testosterone dying down, and the hormones of the female is getting high, whatever. Uh, or they're coming into balance of their own true inner woman, which I think that's what it is too, because if it's not nature, the universe, and the balance and the understanding what's coming back, the matriarchic realm, right? The reason why we're having so much domestic violence, I don't understand that. A lot of us do, is we're not wanting to educate ourselves and awareness of ourselves. And when we don't believe in the inner power of ourselves and how we control this and that, then we don't believe we have the power to die down our anger and die down our frustration. Oh, I heard such is so powerful yesterday. Outside of the country, listening to a mom, he said, we look at anger wrong. We look at anger as destruction, chaos, an unbalancing of somebody or someone, when actually it's a punishment of yourself. Mm. Is it regular to be angry? No. If I was angry every time, every second, every minute, every hour, then you high blood pressure, ulcers, things like this, headaches, things like that. So no, you ain't supposed to be angry. But you're supposed to get that it's an attribute. You know what I'm saying? It's a power or a punishment when you stay in it. Angry, envy, jealous. You're punishing yourself. And then the disease come within yourself, infecting yourself. I'm gonna end on this one. I work towards to revitalize the woman, her energy, her power, to truly put the woman, on equal level field with the man, if even higher. Get the wisdom. All my life, 52, I was told, man, women outgrow men, certain age, smart a certain age, and all that stuff. It's because you're the power. That's the basic law. And we stop playing with it, we'll be better off. I gotta use the bathroom, so I'm gonna stop y'all. Love y'all. If you ain't loving yourself, you wrong. Love yourself.